Hello world, welcome back to Art with Honesty, and today we're going to be discussing the AI bubble. Or more specifically, just my opinions on AI. These opinions were formed by videos I have watched about AI, so if there's any bit of information that I'm missing or some opinion that you deem is wrong, let's discuss it in the comments, but let's do so respectfully, and let's get into it. So for convenience of watching, I've kind of broken it up into a few categories. AI in art, AI in music, AI in film, and then AI in the gaming world. This is just based on what I've seen and what I've learned. Also, there's other topics like what AI is doing to the environment, but I feel like those are a bit grim for this Christmas season, so I'll only touch on those briefly. So AI in art. Any artist at this moment has probably discussed a little bit about what AI is doing to the art careers. We're very concerned. We're very worried, especially me. I'm going to be starting my second year of art university, and I'm worried that maybe it's all for nothing because it seems like AI is everywhere, and it's everywhere in art. With big companies like Disney partnering with Sora to create their own AI viewing platforms where they can basically steal your ideas and turn them into movies if they like, to other companies like Coca-Cola and McDonald's using AI for their Christmas ads. It has a lot of artists concerned. Not to mention there's a lot of scams happening in spaces like Twitter, where people will commission an artist for an artwork and it turns out it was AI. Or people are building whole fan bases based on AI art where people think it's real. There's a lot of concerns happening. And not only that, not only are artists concerned that AI might be taking over their jobs because, we love to draw and now it feels like people are trying to replace us. There are other factors also, like people who aren't using AI art, who are just that skilled, getting accused of using AI art. Or people like Lavender Town or Sam Does Art, whose artwork is getting stolen to be fed into these AI training datas. And yes, there's been some pushback. I've seen plenty of court cases where people will push back against these companies using their information to train their AI, but it's not happening enough. And for the common artist, we don't have enough money to go to court. So it's becoming a very frightening thing because AI is everywhere. When I even see it on the streets, in posters, in cars with company logos. And these are admittedly smaller companies, so they probably can't afford a proper graphic designer, but it still breaks my heart. And then there's also the argument that AI is supposed to make it accessible to everyone, whereas art is accessible to everyone. You just have to try. You just have to try to be an artist. Or someone made the argument that AI helps people with disabilities. But people with disabilities have been drawing for ages. If you really, really wanted to become an artist, you'd find a way. You'd respect the craft. And the fact that people aren't respecting the craft is frightening. Because what does that mean for our future? I'm very concerned about the amount of AI artwork, and I say artwork always in quotations, that is being pushed out there. CalArts has a program now that artists training you on how to use AI art. My school as well is not against AI, but we're an art school. It's certain classes say you can't use AI because those classes are about drawing, like illustration. We can't use AI in illustration, but it's kind of like, well, how are you going to? You're supposed to draw it yourself. But in other classes like motion design or 3D, you're allowed to use AI. And it's very concerning because we're in an art school. You could literally go out, tap someone on the shoulder and be like, hey, would you mind drawing something for me? And we would probably be like, oh, sure. What do you need? And also a lot of us are getting started in this art industry. So you could probably just charge very little. I would do it for free to draw your artwork for you. I would just hope that you like what I drew. So it's very concerning that even art universities that are costing a lot of money are pushing this AI into everything. And that's that's not what we want. I understand maybe using AI to generate ideas, but at the same time, most idea generation is better from you because it's more personal. If you give an AI a prompt, it's a prompt. There's nothing special about it. But if you came up with that idea yourself and you really worked it until it was something special, I feel like that's way better. Then AI in music. Now, admittedly, I don't know enough about what is happening in the music scene to tell you what areas AI is affecting. I know that a AI artist, not real artist, took I think 40th in the billboards. And I also know that some AI music is getting seeped into Spotify. You can listen to songs made by AI. I also know there's some AI programs which will train off of artists created that music to just create generic beats that you can use. So it feels like, even though I don't know a lot about what's happening in the AI music scene, it's kind of the same thing that's happening with the AI art scene. It is trying to creep its way into everything, into music. And I don't know about you, but I would rather listen to music that I didn't like from an artist that is real than listen to some music from an AI. It's really frustrating to me because it's a bit crazy that AI is now infiltrating music. Again, admittedly, I don't know that much about it, but it's very concerning to see the little bit that I have seen. The fact that an AI artist, in quotation marks, made top 40th on the Billboard, taking a spot of a real artist, a real singer, a real music composer. And the fact that you can now listen to AI music on apps like Spotify, that is also very concerning. And I think the most frustrating part about all of this is that no one asked for it. No one wants to listen to AI music. It always sounds a bit weird. Let's continue. So then the next category I have is AI in film. So they're trying to push for a AI actress. I forget her name now, but this company's trying to push for an AI actress because she can work longer hours, she can do everything perfectly. But the thing about actors and actresses is it is quite a bit of work to get into the mind of the character that you're portraying, and it's quite a bit of work to portray that emotion on that level that it resonates with the viewer. I just don't believe that an AI creation can do that. Not only that, like I said earlier in the video, Disney is partnering with Sora to create a TikTok or a short form video streaming platform that you can create your own AI using your own ideas, like these own AI movies. But then also, if you read the fine print, Disney does own everything you create. So that's also a bit concerning and a bit frightening. And then also there's AI everywhere, AI in film. You get those cat shorts, those cat AI generated shorts where the cat's pregnant and then her man leaves her for another woman and all this kind of stuff. And it's just really frustrating because no one wants to really see that. I mean, they do get a lot of views and they do get a lot of likes and they do get a lot of comments because they are sometimes quite funny, but it's just I just don't know why. Or there was an AI film festival, someone tried to make their own AI anime, and all of it just looks terrible. There was an AI movie. If something like that could be generated within a day, a week, I don't feel like it's true to form, because most good movies, most good animes take a very long time to produce. We're still waiting for Spider-Man. Is it Across the Spider-Verse? The one that's coming next year in 2026. We're still waiting for that movie. We all loved K-pop Demon Hunters, and now I have to see K-pop Demon Hunters AI-generated content, and it just breaks my heart because this movie, this thing that was beautiful has now kind of been tainted a little just based on how much AI has been generated over it. Studio Ghibli has probably gotten the worst of it with that whole Studio Ghibli style trend. And that was really, really heartbreaking to see, because with Studio Ghibli it was all about, your own journey and embracing your own creativity and embracing your true self. Studio Ghibli movies made you feel like you wanted to step into that world. And I don't think we'll get that same feeling from AI-generated movies. I don't think we'll get that same feeling from the AI-generated actress. And it's so frustrating because no one asked for this, no one wanted this, but it's happening anyway. Companies are backing it, companies are trying to support this. It feels like they're just trying to push real people out and get bots in. I mean, I have seen a lot of movies and series and anime. I love watching stuff. I love watching YouTubers and I love watching movies and series that I've probably watched so much at this point because it's something that I enjoy to do. I put it on while I draw. I put it on while I work on university projects. It's fun for me. Right now I'm watching Doctor Who. I'm on season 5, I believe, and I'm really enjoying it. But stuff like that could have never been created by AI. I just don't believe that it could, and I don't believe it ever will. Because sure, maybe AI is getting harder to spot compared to real life things. You can always kind of tell. You always have that feeling that this doesn't look right. And if that's how you feel while watching an entire AI movie, that something just doesn't look right. I mean, look how people reacted to the Shrek 5 trailer. This looks terrible. It looks AI generated. It looks uncanny valley. That's not my Shrek. So there'll always be like that feeling in the back of your mind that this just isn't correct. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't my art. This isn't my film. This isn't my music. Don't know how long it's going to take for companies to realize nobody wants this, but it's gonna happen, and I hope it happens soon. So finally we get to the last one, or the second last one, is AI in the gaming industry. So we've noticed a lot of AI happening in the gaming industry. Not only is stuff like RAM and SSDs gonna cost a lot more because a lot of companies are now deciding, instead of sell to the public, they're deciding to sell to AI servers where they can now have RAM and SSDs to store all that data. It has the gaming industry in a bit of an uproar because we do not like it when our computer parts get way too expensive for the average man to afford. And I should know, I recently upgraded my computer like last year, and I'm so glad I did it last year and not this year, because yeah, this is all crazy, but it did cost me quite a bit. But after that, I've been able to create bigger artworks, because beforehand I couldn't even get to a gigabyte in my artwork. I had to make layers together and stuff like that. So having a better RAM, better SSD, I have more storage now. It really helped. But if all of that is not going to reduce and it's not going to get sold to the common person, I don't know how that's going to affect the gaming industry. Consoles going to become more expensive? Obviously, RAM and SSDs might get a bit more expensive. I did see someone say that maybe they won't, just because we're a bit uncertain about the market at the moment. So there's that. Computer parts are going to cost a lot more just because companies are now going to start selling to AI servers and AI companies instead of to the common man. Another part that I've been seeing recently is that sometimes AI in advertising. I've seen some people say that the League of Legends trailer or ad was generated by AI. In this day and age, I feel like you can't really get away with that. Gamers do not like it when you make their characters look weird. I feel like you develop a special bond with that character, and when you feed it through AI, it kind of feels a bit rude. I don't really know how most gamers feel. This is my opinion. So that's what I've seen mainly in the AI. With AI in gaming is that the computer parts are going to cost more, and that in some companies AI is being used for things like character design and things like that one League of Legends ad where it was mostly AI generated. People were not happy. But yeah, that's basically all I've seen with regards to AI in gaming. Then we get to the last part of this, which is basically just the environmental impact. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about this because I feel like this section deserves a lot more research and it deserves a lot more respect than what I am able to give it at this point. But what I've seen is that AI service, AI companies is leading to a lot of deforestation, a lot of use of water to keep those servers cool, and a lot of energy. If we're trying to stop climate change and we're trying to stop carbon emissions, having these major companies backing these servers that are causing deforestation, that is drinking all the water, that is releasing all this carbon dioxide, I don't think that's going to be good for the planet. I feel like this section about what AI is doing to the planet deserves its own part, and it deserves a lot more respect than I am able to give it at this moment. So there's a lot happening with AI, and I'm just giving kind of bad news at this point. Please, if you have any good news that you'd like to share or any opinions you have, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear some good news about AI. If it's helping anywhere, if it's, there's some pushback, I would love to hear all about that. So please let me know in the comments down below. And thank you for listening to me ramble on about what I've heard about AI and how I kind of feel about it. I know I didn't really talk a lot about how I felt, but I think you could kind of gather from my my tone and what I mentioned. Thank you again for watching this video, and I hope to see you all again next week. So please like and subscribe.